that I'm sure everyone is aware of the impact of climate change and what they have, and how as engineers we are trying our best, to pioneer and push for sustainable development. So I think it's a cocktail of good things that give me joy in doing what I'm doing.
Wow. Hello, my name is Fionah Mazvita, and welcome to the first ever episode of STEM Voices with Fionah. I'm excited about our guest today, Fionah Mazvita Mukondwa. She's such a phenomenal civil engineer, and I hope young girls and boys from across the world who are looking for career choices to consider will learn a bit more about civil engineering from her story and hopefully join us in STEM. Hi, Fionah. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to have you on STEM Voices and for you to just share your story with women and girls across the world. Yeah, thank you so much.
Hi, Father, and thank you so much for inviting me. The pleasure is all mine. I'm actually honored to be here, and thank you for trusting me with my story, really. I'm hoping it will inspire a person or two, or 10, or 100.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm going to start with the first question, or rather, would you tell me a bit more about yourself, your background? Yeah.
Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Fionah Mazvita Mukondwa, and I'm a civil engineer. So my educational background, I have a BSc in civil engineering from the University of Zimbabwe. I have a master's in engineering from the University of Stellenbosch in South Africa. And I also have a master's in sustainability and environmental studies from the University of Strathclyde in Glasgow in Scotland. So professionally, I work currently as a steelworks engineer at the Hinkley Point C project, which is one of the largest projects in Europe at the moment. So it's quite an honor to be working at such a large project. And the project basically entails the construction of a nuclear power plant, which also adds a little spice and glitter to the mix. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing at the moment.
Wow, Fionah, that's incredible work. And like from where you started in Zimbabwe all the way to the United Kingdom, working on such a big project, like even here in Ireland, we know of it and we regard it highly. And it's like one of those pioneer nuclear projects in Europe. So yeah, well done to you. And I'm sure people are learning about, that, women can do this too, girls rather, young ladies.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
So you mentioned you're working at the Hinkley PowerPoint. Would you tell me, like, what does the day in the life of Fionah look like?
Wow. Where do I even begin? So I think one good thing I like about my job is no day is the same.
Wow.
So every day brings its own set of challenges and experiences and things that you learn from it. I think that's mostly common with all types of engineering as well, because our jobs as engineers is to, save the world, one design at a time. So for me, a typical day, I usually go to the gym in the morning from 6 to 7. My working day usually begins around 8:30. I usually work in the office because I prefer, interacting more with my colleagues on a one-to-one basis rather than working online. And my job mostly entails the structural design of various secondary steelwork components within the nuclear power plant. So what do I mean by the design of secondary steelworks components? I mean the design of components like platforms that people use to access different levels, the design of monorails, that are used to lift heavy pieces of equipment, So, or staircases, that people use for access. So basically, that's what my work entails. So it's simulating the design using software to ensure that the design is safe and is buildable on site as well. My job also entails collaborating with the client as well, because the client wants a product, and it's my job to make sure that I deliver the product the client wants, that meets the sufficient technical and safety regulations. So no day is the same because each day comes with its own set of problems that push you and challenge you, to grow and learn.
Wow, that's a lot, and it's very interesting. It sounds like you have a well balanced life from the gym to in office with your colleagues, and solving problems on the ground. You're doing a lot, and that is inspiring. So, just one last question about your work. What do you love the most about what you do? What would you tell someone that would maybe want them to join a career that is similar to the one you have? What do you love the most?
I think one thing I love the most is, and I'm sure most civil engineers can testify to this, there's a joy that comes with seeing your design come to life. It's one thing designing something on paper. It's another thing when you actually go on site and see it actually breathing. So one good thing about my job is the satisfaction of knowing that my efforts and the collaboration I've made with different people is actually helping build something that can serve communities and societies, because it's through the constructing of this power plant that will be able to power around 6 million UK homes using low carbon, using nuclear, which is a low carbon energy source. So not only does it give me joy seeing my designs come to life, but it also gives me joy knowing that I'm serving the greater good, the community. People need electricity, industries need power. We need power in transportation. We need power every day. So knowing that I'm also contributing not only to power, but sustainable energy as well. Now that I'm sure everyone is aware of the impact of climate change and what they have, and how as engineers, we are trying our best, to pioneer and push for sustainable development. So I think it's a cocktail of good things that give me joy in doing what I'm doing.
Wow. That's inspiring, to be honest. Like, you sound like you're someone who really loves what they do, and I feel like people go through life looking for what they love. For you to have found it this early on, it's inspiring. So, just the last question: what inspired you to choose a career in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics? I knew you. I've known you for a long time. You've always been
forever, actually.
You could have been anything in the world, but why? Why?
Oh my God, even president. Would you vote for me if I run for office?
I don't know. But yeah, I'll trust you with my life. So definitely.
Thank you for those sentiments, Fadzai. It's a funny story, actually. The one thing, so what sparked my interest in pursuing a career in STEM is my uncle, actually. So my uncle is a quantity surveyor. And he used to work back home in Zim. There's a time he used to work for the Ministry of Transport. So I used to admire, like, he would travel all over the place and he would be sent on like international assignments. I remember this other time he was sent to Belgium and he brought us like really nice chocolate and this nice fur coat I could not take off. So the funny thing is I fell in love with STEM subs in the STEM field because it was through my uncle seeing the work that he did in the Department of Transport, building roads and going places. I wanted to travel. So So that's kind of what pushed me into STEM. I was like, okay, I want to be like my uncle and also travel. The ironic thing actually is my job doesn't even require any travel, but I love it still. So that's quite a funny story that I usually tell people, that one of the reasons I fell in love with STEM is because it's through the work that my uncle did and his travel. I was like, oh, I also want to travel. But it was mainly seeing the work that he did for the Ministry of Transport and Roads by helping in the construction of bridges, helping in the construction of roads, which are critical public infrastructure, that the society needs. So I think that's how I fell in love with STEM. It's a shame I didn't end up in the in the transport sector like my uncle, and I decided to go the energy route instead. But that sparked my initial interest. That's what sparked my initial interest at a very young age, actually.
Wow, that's very inspiring, Fiona, for you to, just take that interest and actually shape it into a career. That's very inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
So, Fiona, that will be all from me today. But just before I let you go, any last words in general to all the young people across the world thinking about STEM? Do you have any advice for them?
I mean, if there's one thing I would encourage anyone thinking about STEM, is just go for it. What's the worst that can happen? I mean, just go for it. And one thing I've learned and I've come to realize throughout my career is sometimes you're your own worst enemy, because you tend to overthink and not believe in yourself. But never forget how wildly capable you are. And just take that risk, take that chance, because you never know where it will lead you. You'd rather take the risk and the chance and reflect back than never to have took the risk in the first place. So I'd tell everyone out there to just go for it. Take the risk, see how it goes. And if it's not your cup of tea, take another risk, because life is all about taking risks. We tried this thing, it doesn't work, try the other thing. It's through having confidence in yourself, being your own cheerleader, that gives you enough courage to take the risk. So if you're considering a career in STEM, go for it. Why not?
Wow, Fiona, those are truly inspiring words. Even I am inspired at this point, like just taking the risk and putting ourselves out there and, shooting for the stars like you
Yeah.
have done. Like I wish you all the best in your career, in your great career, which lies ahead. And thank you for your time, Fiona.
Thank you so much, Fenzi. The pleasure has been mine, to be honest. It's been an honor.